let's go see what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go up here to logging. We're just gonna log it real quick. I'm gonna go to record, and we can see it's recording down here at the bottom. So make sure it's out of gear. Battery should be good. Yeah, battery voltage looks good here. All right, let's crank it and see what's gonna happen here. So, okay, took a couple cranks for it to fire off, not bad. Now the idle speed here is about 1200. That's also not awful. I thought it might be a little bit too low with that minimum set point. Taking a look here, our lambda is showing extremely rich reading. So 0.1, there we go. Here it's now the 0.5 on that lambda reading was because the wideband was warming up. So the heater circuit wasn't warm yet, and it was producing generic output. So now we're gonna see it's actually fairly rich right now. It's 70 lambda to a 93 lambda target, so it's actually not fairly rich, it's extremely rich. Now the closed loop correction is taking 20% adjustment out in our fueling, so it's trying to reduce our injector pulse width by roughly 20%. If we take a look up here, our air per cylinder estimated is extremely high. This would probably be more like maybe 0.15, 0.16. So we're gonna find that the values in our table here are probably a little bit too high. What I'm gonna do is just adjust these. I don't want it to run rich and foul at the spark plugs because we're very, very rich, even with it taking out our fuel. I'm gonna go in here from 0 to 1%, from 0 to 1500, so right in here. I'm gonna do shift asterisk and type in 0.8. That's gonna reduce our injector pulse width by 20%. And we should find here that it leans out a little bit. So we're at a 70, 74 lambda to a 95 lambda target, still taking out 20%, so it's still fairly rich. Let's just quickly bump into our fuel trim. I don't like to edit things ahead of time, but we do see the warm-up enrichment right now is applying about a 8-10% correction, so there's another 8-10% of fueling in there. Looking at our air per cylinder estimated, this value does seem a bit high, so it's likely that we need to go reduce these values down even further. Now this could be an indication that we also have too high of a latency value for our injector. It's a little bit of an unknown right now, but this air per cylinder estimated is a little bit high. I'd expect it to be a little bit lower. Our engine idle speed here is about 1200. That's right around where we want it to idle. So I don't think we're gonna get it idling much lower than that because we have that set screw set kind of at that minimum point. Now looking here at our engine coolant temperature, we're at 130 degrees. 160, 180 is about where we want to be at before we really start to make some adjustments. Before I make any more adjustments, let's let it warm up, come out of any kind of warm-up enrichment, because again, I only edited this because it was extremely rich when we fired it off there. Let's let it warm up, we'll see where everything's at, we'll come back in the tutorial and we'll talk about what changes we need to make at that point in time. Again, I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Thanks for checking out our teaser clip. If you want to see the rest of this video and more than 500 hours of current EFI training we have to offer, make sure you click right here. If you want to go and check out more teaser clips from this training course, click here, and you don't want to miss any of the videos we're going to be releasing on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and click here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.